Hi everyone, I would like to present a general outline of the investigation I am undertaking concerning inclusive education, with a particular focus on the Chinese context. I would start by stating that the foundation of inclusive education has been laid in the 90s, during the World Declaration on Education for All in Jomtien, Thailand, recognizing it as the universalization of access to education for all children, youths, and adults, and the promotion of equality. Inclusive education represents a major concern in China due mainly to its political and social organization. As a matter of fact, whilst in most countries, a farmer moving to an urban setting would acquire the same legal status as his peers, this doesn't happen in China. Because what we have in China is the dual household registration system or hukou system, adopted in 1958 in order to control the migration flow. However, the hukou system doesn't only control the mobility of its people, it also distinguishes its citizens from urban to rural, and it establishes the distribution of public services, including education. Education administration depends mainly on the hukou system, and a local government wouldn't provide fundings for a child to be admitted to a public school if this child is not registered under their jurisdiction. What happens is that during the migration process, migrant children joining their families would be excluded from public school. Some public school might admit migrant children, but they would ask for extra fees and they have difficult documentation requirements. Unfortunately, it was only in 2001 that the central government has decided to adopt some measures to guarantee migrant children's right to education. The problem is that there's a decentralized organization of power in China, and there's very little control on the implementation at the local level. What has been done to meet the migrant children's educational need is the introduction of self-help educational provision, known also as private migrant schools. These probably are the best option migrant families have to provide their children education, but they obviously are substandard because of the lack of resources, the lack of motivated teachers, their facilities are outdated, and they risk of being closed by the local government because they have been founded illegally. As we can see, despite the commitment of the central government, the root cause of inclusive education in China hinges on an institutional level. It would probably help if the hukou system would be abolished permanently, because it would help to distribute public services equally, and it would give the same opportunity to migrant students to attend public schools. They should probably the central government should probably provide fundings as well in order to train teachers to be able to manage an inclusive classroom, and a homogenization of the curriculum would be also necessary in order to facilitate the integration of migrant children in an urban school setting, because there's a gap between curricula in urban and rural settings, and it would be really helpful if the central government would introduce more controls concerning the implementation of the policy adopted at the central government in the local level. This would help migrant children to reach their educational rights and to be fully integrated in urban schools, and where possible it would also provide them with the possibility of upwarding in the society.